Break-even point problems. So the learning outcome of this problem, students can analyze the break-even point and its significance along with the total product cost. So here, break-even point, before we are discussing the topic break-even point, what is the significance of break-even point in the industry? In a business, we want to know the stature of the business, this, whether the particular business is moving positively or negatively. So we want to know about the status of the business. The status it gives based on the break-even point. So the amount of money invested from the company or invested from the individual investors, it's returning back to the investor that particular point, calling us break-even point. The time, or you may call it as the duration, the number of years or the number of month or number of days to achieve the amount whatever invested from the individual, that is called break-even duration. So at a particular break-even point or at a particular point, the total product cost is equal to annual gross sales. So whenever you're saying like equal, so that means the product cost is equal to annual gross sales. That means that particular point is called break even point. Sometimes the total product cost may be greater than the annual gross sales, sometimes less than the annual gross sales. So whenever the total product cost, if it is less than the annual gross sales, then that a particular business total product cost is less than the annual gross sales, then that particular business making profit. The total product cost, if it is greater than the annual gross sales, then that particular business is facing loss. So to analyze below problems, we should understand what is the concept behind the break-even point and total product cost. So let us read the problem here. A process plant making 5,000 kilogram of a product per day. Currently, they are selling for $1.75 for 1 kilogram. Has an annual direct production cost of 2 million with 100% capacity and other fixed cost of $700,000. So in that case, what is the fixed charge, that is minimum cost for 1 kilogram of product at break-even point? So what is the minimum charge, that is the fixed charge for 1 kilogram of a product? In addition, if the selling price of the product is increased by 10%, so what is the difference in the dollar? That means what is the dollar increase at our net profit with the full capacity if we have an income tax of 35%. Before we are dealing this problem, let us write what are the given. So the given we have the process plant making 5,000 kilogram per day. So that is our production. The selling price of the product, how much dollar for 1 kilogram? 1.75. The annual direct production cost. Annual direct production cost 2 million at 100% capacity. Another fixed cost. How much? $700,000 with 100% capacity. Direct production cost $2 million at 100% capacity. Other fixed cost $700,000. The question is, what is the minimum selling price? The question is, what is the minimum selling price? So minimum selling price $over 1 kilogram. So how much the minimum selling price at break even point? So whenever we want to know the minimum selling price at break even point, then we all are aware at break even condition, that means at break even point, total product cost, in other words, the total capital investment is equal to annual gross sales. So whenever I want to calculate the annual gross sales, I'm aware that annual production multiplied by, that is, unit selling price. So here, total product cost is the summation of direct production cost plus fixed cost. So in other words, we are aware is the summation of FCI plus WC. So here, direct production cost $2 million, fixed cost 700,000, annual production. So the given production 5,000 kilogram for 1 day. For annual production, the plant is running throughout a year. So for 1 year, the number of days are 365. So 5,000 kilogram multiplied by 365 days per year. So at the end, we can get it 1,825,000 kilogram. Okay. So the annual production is 1,825,000 times the minimum selling price at break even point. So 2,700,000 is equal to 1,825,000 times X. So whenever if you are calculating the minimum selling price, X value, 2,700,000 USD, 1,825,000 kilogram. So because at break even point, whenever if we are calculating 5,000 kilogram multiplied by 365 days, 1,825,000. That's perfect. So now the final answer is 2,700,000. That's our total capital investment or total product cost divided by 1,825,000. So at the end, the minimum selling price at break even point. So at break even point, the minimum selling price is equal to dollar over 1 kilogram 1.479. So is approximately 1.48. So now let us come to the comparison. The current selling price of the product is 1.75. Current selling price, the minimum selling price. So current selling price value is for 1 kilogram 1.75. The minimum selling price dollar over 1 kilogram 1.48. So the minimum selling price is less than the current selling price, right? So the minimum selling price is less than the current selling price. So in that case, so we know that the business is in profit, right? So here we have current selling price, that is 1.75, but minimum selling price, we sell the particular product 1.48, we will get our total capital investment or the total product cost. So we are not going to lose anything. So now the business is in profit. The second portion of the question, it's trying to explain what is the dollar increase in our net profit. We have income tax rate of 35%. In addition, if the selling price of the product is increased by 10%. So right now, the current selling price, that is our current selling price, 1.75 times 10% increased. So the increased value or the new selling price is equal old selling price plus the increased value. So old selling price 1.75, 1.75 times 10%. So is equal 1.75 plus 0.175. So now at the end, so the total value 1.75 times 1.1 indirectly. So the new selling price at the end 1.925, right? So 1.925. But the difference in the selling price, how much the difference in the selling price? New selling price minus old selling price. That means the current selling price. So dollar over 1 kilo, 1.925 minus 1.75. So the difference value for 1 kilogram, 0.1. So 0.175. So whenever if you want to calculate the gross profit, so the gross profit increased value is equal annual production times difference in the selling price. So annual production 1,825,000 kilogram multiplied by dollar over 1 kilogram 0.17. So at the end, kilogram getting cancelled. So the gross profit difference, the increased value is equal to 1 million 825,000 multiplied by 0.175. So finally, the gross profit difference is 319,375. So the net profit value, how much is the net profit? Net profit increases is equal to gross profit times 1 minus income tax. So according to the given problem, the income tax value is 35%. So 35 divided by 100. So at the end, so 319,375 multiplied by 1 minus 0.35. So finally, 319,375 multiplied by 0.65. The net profit value is given by the problem. How much? 207,593.8. So the overall understanding about this problem as a whole, whenever we are increasing the selling price from current value to the certain number, like 10% increment, at the end, company is trying to get the profit of net profit value of 207,593.8. So whenever if you are drawing any graph, for example, if you want to know the increased value with respect to your, you want to know the increased value with respect to the net profit. So if you are putting net profit and on your y-axis, so increased percentage, if you are putting as an x-axis, so finally, so if you're finding here net profit, here you can put it increased value. So whenever if you have 10% increment, so the net profit is approximately, you can put it 100,000. Here I can put 200,000. So I can put it here 300,000. We are putting 400,000. So net profit value always here in dollar, increased value is in percentage. So at 10%, we got approximately 207. So the like that you could try for 20%, could try for 30%. At the end, you could come to the conclusion, what is the relationship between percentage increment along with the net profit? Okay. So this is your task. Just kindly test yourself for your upcoming studies. Thank you so much.